Hi guys. It is going to be our second week back at church, and I have to be there early, so I'm recording our lesson for the morning. Lucas, you will be disappointed again because this is more of an object lesson than an experiment, but we decided to go fishing this weekend, and I thought what a better lesson than to have the parallels between fishing for fish and fishing for men, because in the Bible, God calls us to be fishers of men. Now, we say, what the heck, we're not gonna hook on a pizza on the end of a hook and go throwing it out into a crowd of people and seeing who bites. Right. We're not gonna do that. But there are some things that are the same. So, when we say we're going to go fishing for men, there's some things we have to do, and one of the things is we have to prepare. We have to gather up our resources, and depending on where you're going to go fish for men, those resources might look different. But for fishing for fish, we had to get minnows and our fishing rods and the tackle boxes and nets and minnows and worms, our chairs, canopy because it's sunny outside, some snacks, of course, and we had to get all those things. We couldn't come out to the lake and spend all day because there is nothing out here to eat and there is nothing out here to drink. And once you're here, you kind of stay here. You want to have all your stuff ready. So that took us some time. And just like that, when we are fishing for men, we have to gauge where we're going, what kind of people we're going to be talking to. When we do VBS, we do stuff that has to do with kids. When we do church for big people, we gear our stuff more towards big people. And so it just depends on who you're going to be talking to. Now, sometimes, my dad just in the past has thrown a rod in the back of the truck, and if he happens by a lake, he'd plop it in. So sometimes that kind of a trip happens and we can fish for men that way. Sometimes we meet people at the store and we can tell them about Jesus and how he's worked in our lives. But a lot of times it's something we have to prepare for. When we prepare for fishing for men, we have to know what we're going to tell them. We can't just go out and say, God told me to come fishing for you, and expect people to understand. We have to tell them about the gospel of Jesus, and that is that he died to save them. And in order to know those things and know what to tell people, depending on their different place in life, we have to know our Bible. So it's good to read our Bible often and to commit it to our memory, our noggin, learn things from it, so that when we come into contact with people, no matter what they're going through, we'll be able to pull things from the Bible. So we have to be prepared to be able to tell people about him. Now, there's another thing about fishing. Today, I wanted to go fishing because sometimes just sitting out in the lake, hearing the waves come in, the breeze blowing. It is super duper hot, like 100 degrees, so I'm sweating to death, but hey. But it's relaxing just to sit out here and not be worried about the other things. And when we tell people about Jesus, although we may not know in our whole lifetime if a certain person took what we told them, it can give us peace that we were doing what we were supposed to do. So just like many people find rest in going fishing and it's fun for them and it's a peaceful time, we can find peace in knowing that sharing the good news about Jesus gives us peace in our hearts that we're doing what God has called us to do, and we let God do the rest of it. Now, sometimes we've been out here at the lake for a little while and nobody has gotten a bite. None of us have gotten a bite. And many times in the world when we're telling people about Jesus, we don't know. We don't know if they took a bite of what we said and held on to it enough to be able to make a decision for Christ. But we're hoping that they do. But that part is up to God, just like this part is up to, ultimately it's up to God if I catch a fish or not. But I can go home knowing that I did what was best. I was prepared. I had everything I needed, and I did what I was supposed to do. I had all of the materials. I had all of the stuff I needed to be able to catch fish. And when I prepare and know my Bible, I can feel good in knowing that I was prepared. I did everything I was supposed to do, and we got to let God have the rest. So, Lucas, I'm sorry that this was not an experiment, and I wish while I was sitting here talking to you that I could have dropped my phone down because I had a fish, but I have not. I'll turn the camera around maybe, or maybe I won't. I guess, can you guys see everybody else? We're at the lake. I don't think anybody else is catching anything either. So far, Declan's eating snacks, Elliot's eating snacks, Bailey has unhooked and rehooked minnows. But we're relaxing and knowing. So next time you read the verse that talks about fishing for men, remember, we're not putting pizza or hamburgers on the end of a hook of a pole and throwing it out to actually catch people that way. We are taking the things that we need, our words and our actions, to show people Christ, and we are using those to show people and hoping and praying for them that that God will use our words to grab a hold of them, let them grab a hold of piece of what we're tossing at them and taking it to heart, and ultimately will find Jesus. Guys, I hope that in the next several weeks that we'll get to start meeting together and we can have these lessons together, and I pray that you all are well, and if at all possible, I hope that I get to see you at church. We'll talk to you later. I love you guys. Bye.